All praise due to the Most High, family. We back with another Acres anime review. I just got finished watching episode 12 of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, the spinoff. Family, if you want to tap in and watch the episode with me so you can see my live reaction, that content is exclusively available on my Patreon. So go find it, go search my Patreon page and tap in, family. You'll find the exclusive live reactions right there. But as for the review, family, this was a good episode. It's not every day that we get a little musical with our anime. But so we did, and sometimes it don't be, sometimes that's hit or miss. But I'm not gonna hold you. Pop Step was doing a thing today. Pop Step was definitely doing a thing today. She maybe is the star of the show. But I'll put my co-star is Knuckle Duster. So anyway, family, we having this festival up in the Naruhara neighborhood. And like we seen last episode, Aizawa came upon the Pop Step fan who was also, he's got an eel quirk. And because he's rampaging, because he's overdosed on trigger and his quirk, he's an eel. So family, he's an electric eel. So he kind of without thinking, unintentionally damaged all the generators in the area. So the power is out, right? So the crowd's uneasy. Everybody's kind of concerned that we're going to have to cancel the show, which we do not want to happen, right? So what do we have happen is Pop Step, you got to go and host the crowd for a half hour. Now, if you remember last episode, she was nervous enough just preparing for the song that they got to do, right? But because it's an emergency situation and because Present Mike and Midnight are heroes on the scene, Present Mike can't fulfill his role as MC like he was before the emergency, right? So we need a new master of ceremonies. We need somebody to keep the crowd engaged, keep them entertained until the show can continue. So Pop step up. Because she's always working with crowds anyway. She's always working with the public anyway. So this is just a natural fit for her. Now, Koichi did his thing this time. Sometimes Koichi be messing up, especially when it comes to women and girls. But so he kind of foreseen that Pop Step was gonna have to step up. So he used now he fast nowadays, right? So he ran home, crawled home, and got her usual mic that she normally be using, because it got a speaker built in, and the power's out. And she normally be doing this like in the street, on the corner, just not a professional venue setting, right? So now she got the mic. She got her own, collection of songs that she can perform on her own. And thankfully, this was critical, family, to the success of the show. Thankfully, her usual fans were there, and they got their own props, and they're so energetic and just fanatic for, but in a healthy way in this case, for Pop Step, right? So she used them to keep the crowd excited, to keep them from panicking, so she actually organizes her fans with the lights that they bring to every show, including this one. She sends them over to the bathroom, and she tells anybody, because the lights are off, family, like people are panicking, people are stressed. She says, hey, if you need to use the bathroom, if you need to pull over to the side, you can find our staff over here. Someone will help you over here. Follow the lights, everything's good. So the crowd is back eased, right? Her fan section is like pumped and still excited. So they feed off of that. They feed off of Popstep being vulnerable and just being truthful about the state of the situation, right? So W Popstep, her song went hard. In my opinion, let me know in the comments, family. Her individual performance was kind of better than the group performance. That's just what I thought, right? But so Popstep do her thing. At the same time, we got Knuckle Duster pursuing the B user, Hachisuka, right? And it's crazy to see Knuckle Duster, he chasing a villain. And he got a phone call from the hospital. And he's doing these two things simultaneously. He's flying around the city like Spider-Man. He's swinging from buildings. And he's on the phone with the hospital at the same time getting an update about his wife. But this kind of pushes him to handle the situation right here and there, because they tell him, hey, the situation's kind of changing with your wife. We need you to pull up. And so he says, oh, don't worry, the whole family pulling up, because he about to subdue this parasitic villain that's taking over his daughter. And so he corner her. But then for the first time, we see Hachisuka inject herself with Trigger. And so she get this electrical power on her hand. She gets slightly more athletic. So she running on walls, jumping around. She learned karate out of nowhere. So she like kicking Knuckle Duster. She doing all types of advanced martial art techniques, right? But so she swoop in. Knuckle Duster got a corner. She swoop in. She basically shock him right to the chest. But we see Knuckle Duster prepare for basically everything. This dude's smarter than he lets on. He always was prepared. So we see, I forgot his name, but he basically the plug for the villains in the main series. So Knuckle Duster meet him. He get a grocery list. So he get the stun gun that also turns into an AED, so he can restart her heart. He gets some bee pheromone and basically a bomb, a grenade, right? So they going at it, and she stopped Knuckle Duster's heart because he got the AED, right? So he hooked himself up and he restarted his own heart and some painkillers. That's what else he ordered. So he restarted his own heart, chased her back down, and then they got to settle this though. So they throw hands. Knuckle Duster win. He basically stunned her, pull out the queen bee from her eye, right? Then he got a pheromone grenade. So he throw the queen bee, throw the pheromone grenade. This attracts all the soldier bees, and then they blow up. And Knuckle Duster looked epic with that explosion behind. It's like a Power Rangers, background explosion. So Hachisuka done for, but he got to revive his daughter. So he using the AED, he doing chest compressions and all that. I don't think we've seen the conclusion of that. But he planning on taking her back to the hospital, and we're gonna have a family moment, which leads us to the preview. But before that, so we get the show. Captain Celebrity pull up to the show. Makoto, who she calls Captain Celebrity Boss, but she always ordering him around. He can fly, he's strong, so he bring backup generators for the show. The show's back on. We do the group performance. Aizawa there, he with the villain that he arrested, the eel villain, and they get taken away. But family, we seen somebody. I don't know who this person is. It's obviously the person that was coordinating with Hachisuka. And something he said, it had all in one in quotes. So like I'm just thinking he sounded like all for one, and that felt like a hint there. But I don't know who this guy is. He obviously is not all for one. But the show was a success. Knuckle Duster got his daughter. The next episode, it looked like he finna take his daughter to the hospital, get his family together. But it kind of seemed like he's gonna be retiring. I don't want to see Knuckle Duster go. He remind me of Endeavor, my favorite character from the main series. But so that was it. W episode. All praises. Peace. Peace and love.